Hey guys, this is a Progress Lighting ceiling fan. It is the ornate version, which I've been wanting ever since I discovered that these existed. And there's a fairly good chance that this will find its way into the museum. If I'm able to put another batch of fans in there soon. Excuse me. I got this new in the box. Did not come with the blades. These are the blades off the view fan that you've seen in the previous video. I actually bought Casablanca blades for it, not realizing that the hole spacing was just a hair different. Because Casablanca blades would have been the same shape and a similar finish. These are a different shape, but otherwise are pretty much the same. These blades I think these blades actually came from the same factory that this did, so this theoretically could have been a thing. Because that view fan, I believe, also had a Ritz motor in it, or Moss motor. I think I always call them Ritz motors, since that's the first version that I saw, and that's the green. Pretty much between the spinner that I videoed the other day with the same motor in it, we kind of were thinking that the OEM for these was C.E.C, and then I found out when I was unpacking this, each blade bracket has C.E.C stamped into it. So it does seem like the OEM is C.E.C. What else about it? Like I said, it was new in the box, and from sitting in the box so long, the both controls, the pull chain and the variable speed control, had oxidized to the point where the fan would not power on, so I had to coax it with some deoxit and some WD-40, and now it runs. It's rated at 1.2 amps, but I doubt it'll draw anywhere near that. These motors usually draw around 0.8 amps, I think, from previous videos. 0.7, 0.8, somewhere around there. What else? I think we've covered it. Blades aren't original, blah blah. Let's go up and look at the label. In part because I do not remember the model number. It's something 250 or something like that, but let's look at it just to be... Did I get on the right side of it? No. There we go. There's the same tag that you often find on a C.E.C, although it usually starts with C.E.C. P-2500. Progress lighting. 250 RPM. Let's see how close we get to that. Bearings don't seem stiff, but I would be shocked if they're at full performance given how oxidized everything else was. So let's turn the variable speed knob to the lowest setting. I did not adjust the low speed trim. I wanted to see how they sent it from the factory. I didn't think I was going to need the heater up here tonight, but it's getting cold. That must be why I'm coughing. So, oops, I don't want to start it in reverse just yet. Let's do forward first. I actually like it with these blades, and if I ended up parting out that view fan, if I couldn't figure out how to wire it, I would have made this a thing. I do think this deserves a little bit more luxurious wood finish than these, though. And personally, I'd prefer stencil than cane. I love both. I love stencil and cane. I like stencil slightly better just because it goes with more decors, but for this particular fan, I think a stencil is better. It's almost like an original copy, like a ornate original. You know, it's got the switch housing and motor housing shape. And those originals had the option for cane, but not stencil, so I think it's cooler to... There's a quarter turn. I think it's cooler to show it with stencil, because that was not an option on original. That makes sense. You see originals with cane. You don't see originals with stencil, so... When original copies came with stencil, that makes them cooler. Well, I remember what else I was going to say about it. I'm disappointed that the ornate version does not have the brass plate that covers the green motor. I wonder why that is. Why would the ornate version be less fancy? And that is high. So that's right around what I thought it would draw. It does seem to be going full speed. I mean, it's hard to gauge. I'm not good at gauging RPM, and maybe it would go a little bit faster than that if the bearings are freed up, but it's pretty fast. Yep, it's about the same back here as any other good quality 52-inch fan, either a K55 or a cast spinner. You get a pretty solid, gentle breeze at the 15 feet away mark. So, off, and turn it back down to low. I did a habitat day today. It's my first time having done that in quite some time. I can't remember the last one I did. I did a few on my way to pick up my last batch of fire sale fans, but it wasn't the same thing as devoting an entire day to it. Didn't find a whole lot, but I found some cool stuff, which you'll see in up-and-coming videos. This was not for my habitat haul. This was something I received via FedEx today, and I was very excited. This is probably the thing I've been the most excited about receiving out of all my recent purchases. Paid more for it than... I don't think I paid too much, but I paid a considerable amount for it. It came with a new in-box Homestead Light Kit, too, which is interesting. So let's try it in low. 0.4. So it seems like it's going to draw more current and go faster in reverse. That's been a thing with these cast iron spinners that I've been surprised by. I remember when a friend of mine first told me that some fans went slower in reverse, I thought he was crazy, because I had never seen one that was noticeably the case, but over time I've encountered a few. But now that I'm paying close to track by, measuring with the amp meter and things, I'm finding that there are some that go faster in reverse, and that's really interesting. I wish I had reverse pitch blades for those. I feel like I'm talking fast. Maybe that's because I had coffee. I never have coffee late at night, but I've been quite a bit under the weather lately, and I've been trying to, get through all these fans and do the videos and get everything done before the Fanimation trip. So, yeah, it's definitely drawing more current. So yeah, I got here late tonight because of my habitat day, and had some coffee, and then when I get home I'll have some NyQuil, and tomorrow hopefully I can sleep in. I was going to do more videos tomorrow, but now I got to do a studio session, and that'll take up most of the day. Saturday's a gig, Sunday I've got at church, a gig, and then heading to Indiana, and Monday's the Fanimation trip. So hopefully some of the people watching the video are coming to Fanimation this time around. A lot of people have told me they're coming over the summer. And as soon as we get this trip underway, I will figure out the date for the summer trip. I think I'm just going to pick a date for that one because my schedule's really crazy in July, so I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of Mondays open. So I'm going to figure out which Mondays I have available and then make sure that Fanimation and the legendary Tom Frampton are good with that day, and that'll be the day. And either come or don't come. But I've heard from... We got a decent-sized crew coming this time. We had a really nice-sized crew the last time. I think there was 6 collectors plus parents for the kids. This time we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 collectors plus parents. I think this time too. But seems like there's going to be dozens coming over the summer. Or at least that's the what I'm hearing from people saying, oh yeah, I'm going to come in July. So we'll see. I want everybody to come. You know that. And so does Fanimation. So 1 microfarad, 0.04, 2 microfarads, 0.1, not enough to get it started. 3 microfarads, really? 1.15, not enough? 4, not enough? 0.20? Could it be the bearings are stiffer than I thought? 0.5 gets us going. 0.25. Yeah, because that's a pretty fast start. So I'm thinking that it's a matter of the bearings are stiffer than they give me the impression of. I actually do like it with these blades. It kind of gives me a little bit banana fan almost. My least favorite thing about these is the blade brackets. I feel like that beautiful motor deserves more luxurious blade brackets, or simpler ones even. Go like an original and just have the horseshoe, or do something fancy. But this is just like, it's plain and it's a lot. But that's how they came. So I'm going to start that over because I feel like it should have started before then. So we're going to try one more time. If I had the time, I would run any fan on high for a few hours before the video, so it would be more accurate, but 2, 3. See, now this time it starts on 3. Yeah, I think it just needs to be broken in some. So that's your 3. Is it going to stall? Yep, it's going to stall. But it seemed like it went around enough before it stalled. Here's your 4. So it would be a good Emerson control candidate. We know that much. I guess it's a good thing I didn't adjust the low-speed trim because it wouldn't have been as accurate to do it when the bearing. They just don't seem stiff, though. It's got a good spin down time. But I guess the slightest difference is all it takes. And again, the controls contacts were so oxidized that it wouldn't even power on. That's 120 volts there. We're at a half an amp. We're not talking about tiny voltage, so that's a lot of oxidation. So it's not surprising that the bearings would be also not ready for prime time quite yet. That's 0.5, not 0.5, I'm tired. Don't listen to me. 0.25, 5 microfarads. I just really wanted to video this today because I was so excited to get it. If I was smart, I would have waited, but that would have been waiting until next week, and unless I end up having time after the studio tomorrow. 6.29, 7. Here's your medium-low with your Emerson control. So far, Emerson control seems like a good range. 8. Your 7 was 0.33. I don't know if I told you that. 8, 9, 10 is 0.45. This is your medium-low with your Casablanca control. Again, my values might be off by a half a microfarad or so because the line voltage here is high and the decade box is a little high. Wait. 11. Sorry, I skipped ahead. 11. Here's your 0.44. Here's your medium high with the Emerson control. With the decade box, the 10 and the 11 are basically the same, so I think I'm gonna just give you that as the medium low for the Casa and the medium high for the Emerson. We'll just say they're the same. Here's your medium high for your Casa. It's not a bad range of speeds either. 0.56 for that. Here's your 20. 0.65. 25, 0.7, 30, 0.72, 40, 0.74, and high is 0.73, so 0.40 is actually resonant frequency, but when I drop it down to, okay, so 35 is fine, 36 is fine, 37 is where it gets iffy. Okay, we already have solid state because that's what's in the fan, so we're not going to do that. And we have seen all of the progress. I would have brought the box up here to show you, but the box actually collapsed when I was unpacking it. It was shipped here in another box, so no worries about the fan, but yeah. It's absolutely identical to the box, the packing material, and the manual from the St. Louis. It's the same thing except the word St. Louis is replaced with Progress. So it's clear that all that was done in the same factory, not just the building of the fan. So, and again, that factory seems to be C.E.C, but, you know, that's what we have to go on. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I've been very excited to bring this to you. And next time you see this, it'll be installed somewhere cool, possibly the museum. Thanks for watching.